basically urea cycle goes on over here. It produces some hormone. It help in maintaining immunity. It help in maintaining the blood level. It work. It's also a work to maintain the body temperature and all that. Right. Number of the functions are involved with the liver. So this is one of the busiest organ of our body. At the same time, it have also a great function with respect to digestion, right? So it is one of the vital organ for the digestive system. So how does it play a role in the digestion? Uh, let's try to understand. Look, this is the right part of right lobe of the liver, and this is the left lobe of the liver. So liver is made up of two parts, means two lobes. From every right and left lobe, a pipe come. That pipe or duct is known as right and left hepatic duct. So duct means pipe or a tube, right? So from right part a right tube and left part a left tube, right? So these are called hepatic duct. Both are hepatic duct joints. So these hepatic duct bring the enzyme which is secreted by liver. So bile is a enzyme which is secreted by liver. What is the pH value of bile? 8.6 is pH value over here. Liver secrete bile juice plus bile salt, right? Along with the bile juice and bile salt, it also secrete bilirubin and biliverdin. Bilirubin and biliverdin have nothing to do with the digestive system, but it is secreted along with the bile juice or bile salt. Bilirubin and biliverdin is an excretory product, right? It gives a yellow and greenish color to the bile juice. Right? Now, bile juice come from here, and along with this hepatic duct, there is a cystic duct. Try to understand cystic duct. So cystic duct, these are the names which will be the question for you in your examination. So you have to take care of everything. Cystic duct have already been asked. Right? So cystic duct is the duct which connect gallbladder with your this duct, right? Bile duct. So gallbladder have do not have any function. I want your 100% focus. Right now, gallbladder do not have any function. Sometime when gallbladder uh, do not function, or it is not working properly, or stone, a big part of a stone created over there, accumulation of the uh, stone take place over here. So what happened? Doctor remove this part, right? Because it do not secrete any kind of the enzyme. So what is the function? Most probably, according to the scientist, that before the invention of the fire, when human were not aware about the fire, so human used to eat raw flesh. On that time, when human was a carnivore, means omnivore, and along with that, it used to eat raw flesh. On that time, it must have a function to digest those raw flesh. But after the invention of the fire, human started eating cooked food, right? They started after invention of fire. So the feeding habit of human changed, right? Due to change in the feeding habit of a human, what happened? The role of now there is a no role of, like, it's a relevance become it become irrelevant, right? It lost its relevance, right? So what happened? Gradually, it stopped working, and right now it is as a vestigial organ. It do not work, right? What is its function right now? Its function is to collect the bile juice which is secreted from here, right? So it collect the bile juice, and the pH value of bile juice is 7.6 here in gallbladder, right? Now it secrete bile juice suddenly, right? And this bile juice come through the bile duct, that are also called hepatic duct. A hepatic duct, and this part is called pancreas, right? So this is pancreas remains connected with the pancreatic duct. Both unite at a point, and they open in small intestine. The part of small intestine where both pancreatic duct and hepatic duct jointly open, that part is duodenum. It's a part of a small intestine. And the point where they open, that point is known as hepatopancreatic ampulla, right? And both drop its nutrition, or both drop its uh, enzyme with the help of hepatopancreatic ampulla, right? And then it work as for it perform its digestive function. Tell me, is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Please note down some points. First point. the pH value, the pH value of bile in liver, the pH value of bile in liver is 8.6, while while it is 7.6, while it is 7.6 in gallbladder. Full stop. Gallbladder, simple. Gallbladder itself do not secrete, gallbladder itself do not secrete any enzyme, rather do not secrete any enzyme, rather it store bile juice. Full stop. Next point. Both pancreatic and hepatic duct, both pancreatic and hepatic duct open into a small intestine jointly, open into a small intestine jointly through a common opening called hepatopancreatic ampulla. Full stop. The common opening open into duodenum, of the small intestine. At what part it opens? That question have been asked. What is the cystic duct? That question have been asked. So you'll get this kind of a question. Next. So liver is the largest gland. Even don't ignore the weight of the liver that have been asked. Right? You will think who is going to ask you the weight, but it's not like that. Even the weight have been asked. So largest gland, liver is largest gland. In the male, its weight will be 1.4 to 1.8 kg. In female, its weight will be 1.2 to 1.5 kg. Right. Kupffer cells are a special kind of the cell. They are found in the liver. They are phagocytic. Phagocytic means phagocyte means they eat. What they eat? They eat virus and bacteria. Right. That's how liver also maintain immunity of our body. Right. Uh, they have the fat storage cell and hepatic cell. Fat storage cell store fat, and hepatic cell secrete bile salt. Uh, and gallbladder function, I have told you. One more important point, please note it down. Horse and rat, horse and rat do not have gallbladder. Horse and rat do not have gallbladder. Next point. Hepatic artery bring blood into liver. Hepatic artery. This question I've been asked. Hepatic artery bring blood into liver from heart, and hepatic portal vein hepatic portal vein take away blood from liver. Next important point which I want to tell you. Bilirubin, next point. Bilirubin and biliverdin gives yellow green color, gives yellow green color to bile juice which is bile juice, not which is, this is, these are excretory product, produced due to breakdown of RBC. So these were the question, and function of bile, that is simple, that you need to, and don't forget to note down the name of the salt which make the bile salt. So basically the function of bile in the liver pH value is 8.6, in gallbladder 7.6, and the function is it mixed fat with the water, means emulsion formation, response for emulsion formation. Every day 500 ml to 1000 ml bile is secreted by liver, and bile salt are the combination of that question happening. Bile salt are combination of sodium bicarbonate, sodium glycolate, sodium taurocolate, right? They, all these salts are responsible for emulsification of the fat, right? Sodium bicarbonate and bile salt, they are collectively known as the bile salt. Tell me if you have any doubt about the bile salt. Liver.
No, sir.
Okay, so these are the questions from liver. Now come to the next part. So tell me, where does the breakdown of the RBC takes place? Where does breakdown of Kafar cell have been asked? Where does the breakdown of RBC take place? Very simple question. Tell me, the graveyard of RBC is called? Aisha and Rabia, tell me. After every 120 day completion of its life cycle, RBC is going to die. They will die.
Spleen,
Very
graveyard.
Spleen is called the graveyard. Very good, very good. Spleen is called the graveyard of RBC. So RBC breakdown at spleen, but spleen do not break hemoglobin. Hemoglobin breakdown takes place in liver. When hemoglobin breakdown in liver, because of breakdown of the hemoglobin, formation of bilirubin and biliverdin take place. Whenever somebody gave its blood for the blood report, you'll always see that in blood it is written that what is the level of bilirubin, what is the level of biliverdin. In the jaundice, the body become yellow. This white eye color part become yellow, nails become yellow, skin become yellow. Because why? Because the collection of bilirubin and biliverdin takes place in our blood. The accumulation when take place, they give yellow appearance to our body because liver get infected, right? So that was the story behind it. Come to the pancreas. What is the function of pancreas? So pancreas is heterocrine gland. That is very important. What are the heterocrine gland? Heterocrine gland are those glands which have dual function. They secrete the enzyme. And along with the secretion of the enzyme, they have some other function as well, right? So what is the other function? What kind of the other function they have? That may be a function of secretion of hormones. That may be a function of secretion of some other things like ovary secrete egg, right? So other than if any gland have other function than secretion of enzyme, they are called heterocrine gland. So why the liver is heterocrine? Liver is both endocrine gland as well as exocrine. Exocrine gland are those which secrete enzymes. Endocrine gland are those which secrete hormones, right? So exocrine gland, uh, look, as an exocrine gland, liver secrete enzyme, and endocrine it secrete insulin hormone, right? So liver have dual function, that's why it is not, sorry, I'm sorry, pancreas. Pancreas have both function, that's why it is called heterocrine. It is exocrine as well as endocrine. By the way, liver is also heterocrine, right? So look, this is stomach. This is a blood vessel which takes away insulin and glucagon hormones, which is secreted by this. Pancreas is made up of two kind of the cell. You can see there are these blue color cells. They are called endocrine cells, right? They are endocrine portion of pancreas, right? They are called isolate of Langerhans. So isolate of Langerhans, they secrete insulin and plus they are responsible for secretion of glucagon, right? Glucagon. So insulin plus glucagon, these are the hormones. So that is endocrine function. Here we are going to study the their exocrine function. So look, there are a special kind of the cell. So this green color structure, this green color is that is a pancreatic duct, right? So they have a special kind of the collection of cell. They are called Echinus cell or cells of Echinus. Echinus cells or cell of Echinus, they secrete the digestive enzyme, right? They secrete pancreatic juice, basically, Echinus cell, right? So they are also called cells of Echinus. Cells of Echinus or Echinus cell, they secrete pancreatic juice or enzyme that have pH value 8.5, slightly basic. Uh, they secrete sodium bicarbonate salt and free proenzyme. When I am talking about the proenzyme is inactive enzyme. So they secrete, sorry, they secrete this, uh, they secrete three proenzyme that is inactive. Trypsinogen, in future it will become trypsin and digest protein. Chymotrypsinogen, it will become chymotrypsin and secrete and digest chymotrypsin. Carboxypeptidases, they will digest the peptides, right? So they all three are meant for digestion of protein, right? Trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, and carboxypeptidases. These all are proenzyme. They will become active and they will start work, right? They are inactive enzymes. So three proenzyme are secreted from here. Sodium bicarbonate salt is secreted from here, and some active enzymes are also secreted. They are the elastase that digest the elastic protein, pancreatic amylase that digest the carbohydrate, DNAs and RNAs digest DNA and RNA, and pancreatic lipase that digest the fat. So these are the enzymes which are secreted from the pancreas, and they are meant for digesting these. Tell me, go through with it and tell me, is it clear or not? Aisha and Nabia, is it clear? Both of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't think that anything need to like dictate over here, right? Everything is crystal clear. Okay. In case if you think that I need to dictate somewhere, then you can tell me, right? I think everything is clear over here. Intestinal gland. Even the question I've been asked from here multiple times. Look, look. Uh, this is the intestine. Right? Inner wall of intestine, they have finger-like projection. Right. This is lumen, means space in the intestine. This part, it is called lumen, means space in the intestine. And there are circular folds. Right. These circular folds, they have villi. Villi are folded finger-like structure. Right? And they increase the surface area. Right? Villi. This is enlarged structure of villi. So villi is made up of two parts. Upper part, this finger part, is called absorption part, and lower part is responsible for secretion. In upper part, try to understand. Inside, at the mid of every villi, there is a lacteal. Lacteal is lymph vessel. Lymph vessel is meant for it absorb fat. Why? Because blood capillary cannot absorb the fat because the fat molecule have larger. They are absorptive cell. There are capillaries, right? That is the artery, and there are they are meant for nutrient absorption. Now come to the secretory part. What we need to understand over here. This part is called intestinal crypt, and sometimes they are called crypt of Libruchun. Try to understand this question. I've been asked multiple times. What is the function of crypt of Libruchun? Where the crypt of Libruchun are found? So intestinal crypt are also known as the crypt of Libruchun. Basically, they are found between the two uh, villi, but their function is not absorption. Their function is secretion. At the base, they have the script. At the base, they have Brunner gland. Brunner gland is responsible for secretion of mucus and enzyme. The enzyme which secrete. Next question, which has been asked multiple times. You will find this question in previous year question paper. They secrete Brunner gland. They secrete succus entericus. Succus entericus have the pH value of 7.8. Succus entericus is called intestinal juice. They are made up of maltase, sucrase, lactase, aminopeptidases, nucleosidases, intestinal lipase. Here, the malate digests the maltose, maltase digests the maltose, sucrase digests sucrose, lactase digests lactose sugar, aminopeptidases uh, uh, digest peptides, nucleopeptidases, DNA and RNA, nucleosidases, they digest nucleosides, and intestinal lipase, they digest the fat part, right? So collectively, they are called succinate. Is it clear? Aisha and
Yes.
Navia, please note it down because you'll get confused. So please note down some point over here. At the base of intestinal crypt, at the base of intestinal crypt or crypt of Libruchun or crypt of Libruchun, Brunner glands are present. Full stop. Next point. Brunner gland secrete mucus plus intestinal juice. Full stop. Intestinal juice is also known as intestinal juice is also known as succus entericus. Full stop. This enzyme is mixture of maltase, sucrase, lactase, aminopeptidases, comma, nucleotidases, comma, nucleosidases, and intestinal lipase. Which enzyme is a part of succus intricus, which is not a part of succus intricus? You'll get that kind of the question you can get. So that's why I was telling you. Tell me if you have any doubt in this part, intestinal gland. Both of you.
Yes, sir.
So you both of you getting each and everything easily or not? Aisha, you also. Rabia getting everything?
Yes, sir.
Remember, you will hardly get any question out of this, whatever I am telling you. I have enriched the content with the previous year question paper and all that, right? Now, physiology of digestion of carbohydrate means how the digestion takes. So first we covered the organ, then we covered the glands. Now we are covering how the digestion is taken. So first, digestion of carbohydrate or sugar. In mouth, salivary amylase or ptyalin is secreted. We have discussed that. They break down starch, which is complex sugar, into maltose, isomaltose, and alpha dextrose into simple. Now after mouth, stomach do not digest, so digestion takes place in small intestine. In a small intestine, starch is broken down into maltose, isomaltose, and alpha dextrin. Same with the help of pancreatic amylase. So amylase is found both. Amylase is found in saliva, that is called salivary amylase. This is also known as the ptyalin. And in pancreas, the amylase which is secreted, that is called pancreatic amylase. Right. Here, the maltose is broken down into glucose with the help of maltase. Isomaltose is broken down into glucose with the help of isomaltase. Sucrose is broken down into glucose and fructose with the help of sucrase. Lactose is broken down into glucose and galactose with the help of lactase. Alpha dextrin is broken down into glucose. Right. These are the enzymes which work in the small intestine to digest the starch or sugar. Digestion do not take place in large intestine. Tell me. It's simple, clear.
Yes, sir.
Now digestion of protein. So protein digestion do not takes place in mouth, so it starts from the stomach. Even in stomach, it is partially digested. Actual digestion takes place in small intestine. In stomach, HCl convert pepsinogen into pepsin. So pepsinogen is proenzyme. It is an active enzyme. You can see it is proenzyme are always an active enzyme. So pepsinogen, when it is added on as a suffix gen, right? En. So it means it is an active enzyme. Pepsinogen is an active enzyme. HCl convert pepsinogen into pepsin, into active enzyme. Pepsin break down protein into peptidases. Again, one more proenzyme, that is prorenin. Prorenin, it is an active enzyme. It is converted into renin with the help of HCl. They break down milk protein casein into paracasein, right? Please note down. Renin is the enzyme which is not secreted in adult, which is not secreted in adult, full stop. It is secreted in children it break down casein into paracasein. It break down casein into paracasein. Right? Next, digestion in a small intestine. In a small intestine, chymotrypsinogen an active enzyme. Trypsin convert chymotrypsinogen into chymotrypsin, an active enzyme. Protein breakdown into peptide by trypsin. Peptones break down into dipeptidase by chymotrypsin. Elastin break down into dipeptidase by elastases. Dipeptides are broken down into amino acids by aminopeptidases. Dipeptidases are broken down into dipeptidases by amino acids into amino acid. And amino acid is the simplest form, it is absorbed by the blood vessel. That was the digestion of protein. Tell me. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Digestion of fat and nucleic acid. Fat, with the help of bile juice, it is broken down into small droplet and it dissolved with the water and emulsification takes place. So bile convert pure fat to emulsified fat, means mixed with the water. Emulsified fat is broken down by the lipases. Lipases break down into fatty acid and diglycerides. Again, lipase break down diglyceride into fatty acid and monoglyceride. Monoglycerides are broken down by lipases again into fatty acid and glycerol. Fatty acids and glycerol are absorbed by the lacteal. Nucleic acid. Pancreatic juice have DNAs and RNAs. They break down DNA into deoxyribonucleotide, RNA into ribonucleotide. In intestinal juice, nucleotides are broken down into nucleosides and phosphate. So nucleotidase break down nucleotide into nucleoside and phosphate. Again, nucleosidase is break down nucleoside into nitrogen base and pentose sugar, and they are converted into their simplest. Tell me if you have any doubt.
No, sir, no
Okay.
doubt.
Done?
No, sir.
Okay. This diagram is for exclusively for your medical examination. This diagram, you need not to cram anything. This diagram tell at what part of the digestive system or digestive tract which thing is absorbed, right? Site for absorption of nutrient and drugs is gastrointestinal tract. Look, the stomach do not absorb anything, but water, alcohol, monosaccharide, and drugs are absorbed over there. Alcohol is the highly absorbable substance by the body. Body can absorb the highest rate of absorption by body. If any product which is absorbed by the body, the highest rate have the alcohol, right? That's why alcohol start working immediately after drinking, right? That is the reason behind. So water, drugs, and some monosaccharide. The same thing, glucose is a monosaccharide. When you feel less energetic, what do? You dissolve the glucose and you drink it. And after 5 minutes, you feel the refreshment, and after 5 minutes, you feel the energetic. What is the reason behind it? Basically, that is glucose is monosaccharide. When you dissolve the glucose, the body absorbs itself immediately from the stomach only, right? That's why you feel energy immediately after drinking. This duodenum, jejunum, and ileum is the part of small intestine. In duodenum, so main absorptive part is the small intestine. Duodenum absorb iron, calcium, and amino acid. Jejunum absorb monosaccharide, amino acid, fatty acid, vitamins, and water. Ileum absorb, that is very important. Ileum absorb vitamin B12, and bile salt plus water. Right. Large intestine is a site of absorption. There is a nothing to digest over here, and it is not site for the digestion. So what happened? Large intestine absorb water, some minerals, largely NaCl and salt, drugs, vitamin produced by bacteria. So some of the vitamins are synthesized in large intestine, like vitamin K, vitamin B12. They are absorbed by uh, large intestine. So these are the site of absorption. Tell me. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
There are certain deficiency, right? So PEM is protein energy malnutrition. It takes place in 0 to 6 year child, right? So PEM, remember that have been asked. Night blindness and xerophthalmia. Uh, this is it takes place due to deficiency of vitamin A. In night blindness or xerophthalmia, what actually happened at the dim light means after the evening or at the night time, a person cannot see clearly, or a person cannot see in fact, right? The person can see only in daytime. Anemia takes place due to deficiency of iron. Goiter, goiter that takes place due to deficiency of iodine. Kwashiorkor, that is the kwashiorkor and merismus. Kwashiorkor, merismus, and PEM. All these three have been asked. Kwashiorkor takes place in the children, the age between 1 to 5 years. In this disease, the limbs, the child have malnutrited thin limb and retarded growth. In marasmus, it takes place in the infants less than 1 year old. The limb and protruding ribs, you can see ribs clearly. Thin limb and prominent ribs, skinny kind of the person. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Look, this is the transverse section of digestive tract, right? Try to understand. There are three rings. First ring is plexus. It is made up of neuron. Submucosal plexus, mesenteric plexus, right? So these plexus are responsible for movement and control of intestine, right? So some mucosal plexus, mesenteric plexus. Remember their position, right, where they are actually found. So they are responsible for controlling of the hormone enzyme secretion, right, and movement of the gut. So this was all about the digestive. Go through with your NCRT and ask me if you have any doubt at any. Please go through with NCRT, right? And you can ask me the question out of NCRT as well. No issue. Okay. So the bile duct in human is formed by jointic hepatic duct. Yes, right. That hepatic duct and cystic duct. Okay, Aisha? hepatic duct. Sorry. There are some previous year questions, so you can go through with them. You'll come to know that what kind of the question. What I was telling you. Look, in 2017, I told you that crypt of lubricant. The question I've been asked from crypt of the lubricant. Which of the cells of the crypt of lubricant secrete the antibacterial lysozyme? Tell me. Kupffer cell. Can you tell me? What is the answer for that? Just a minute. Tell me what is the answer for that. Anyone of you?
Sir, can you show the question again?
Yeah, I'll show you the question again. There was. Yes. This is a tough question, not easy question. Look, people say that question directly come from NCRT. I'll tell you each and every point that where the questions do not come from directly from NCRT. Yeah, I do agree. 70% question will be directly from NCRT, but 30% question you have to work hard. You have to read some different content. Answer will be D. Right? A boy aged 2 years is admitted to play school, passes through the dental checkup, and the dentist observed that the boy have 20 teeth. Which of the teeth is absent? I have to start teaching. Sorry, in starting I told you. What is the answer? 2120. Formula is 2120.2120. So what is the third zero?
Option B, premolars.
Exactly, premolars are not. Right? Which of the hormones stimulate the production of pancreatic juice and bicarbonate? Directly means hormone which is responsible for pancreatic juice, which insulin, glucagon, choleocytokinin and secretin, gastrin and insulin, angiotensin. Third answer is B. Choleocytokinin and secretin. Right? It is there in PPT. It is there. The primary dentition of human differs from the permanent dentition, not having one of the following teeth. The same kind of the question. Repetition of this one. Right? The answer will be premolar. Right? Rabia, getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The initial step in the digestion of the milk in human carried out by, tell me, I have just dictated this. What should be the answer? Aisha, what should be the answer? Which is not secreted in adult stage. Come on, renin. Renin is secreted only in children, not in adult one, right?
Yes, sir.
This question is from calorie actually. It was like it's exceptional question actually. Where do certain symbiotic microorganisms normally occur in human body? Tell me. Where do symbiotic microorganisms or symbiotic bacteria are found which synthesize vitamin? I have dictated this point as well. Last class. Come on, they synthesize the vitamin K and vitamin D. Tell me, what should be that?
Option D.
Very good, excellent. Option D. Cecum, right? Escherichia coli bacteria. One of the constituent of pancreatic juice, duodenum.